All right, back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing a beer from the Rohrbach Brewing Company, and they're out of Rochester, New York, and this is their Sam Patch Porter. So they're calling this one an English-style porter that comes in at 6% alcohol by volume, 23 IBUs in the time of review. I don't know exactly how old this can is, but it does have a best by date of March 1st, 2020 on the bottom, and we're about a month away from that date, so we should be fine. And I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Dan, for hooking me up with this one. So thank you very much, Dan. I truly do appreciate it. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mile unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Dan sent my way. He sent me some other half goodness. He sent me this beer and a whodunit, and I truly do appreciate it, Dan. So have only reviewed a couple things from Rohrbach on the channel, but this one sounds pretty interesting just because it's an English style porter. Nothing going on, no adjuncts, no craziness. On the back here it says, Sam Patch Porter is one of our original recipes brewed on Gregory Street in the early days of Rohrbach. Its name comes from the infamous American daredevil who successfully jumped high falls only to push his luck too far the next time. A complex English-style porter brewed with a wide variety of specialty malts, including chocolate malt, caramel malt, and a black malt. Then they talk about tasting notes and says, this brew honors the daring legend of high falls. So it says ale with natural flavors added. So I don't know if they add anything else to this one. Hopefully not. I mean, if they just say it's a complex English-style porter, I don't see it saying anything about adjuncts and whatnot. So let's hope that this is just a regular old English porter. That's what I was thinking it was going to be. So let's hope that it is. We get some Rohrbach here in Buffalo. I did not see this one until about a week after Dan sent it my way. So I'm glad that he did. I don't know if I would have picked it up otherwise, but it's supposed to be just an English porter, so we'll see. Anyway, it pours out a deep dark brown color. It's going to probably come off more pitch black or black on camera. Definitely has some darker brown tinges here. You can see at the bottom almost like a ruby red mahogany type of thing. Has about a finger and a half of a straight up tan colored head. Looks more soap sudsy than creamy, but yeah, looks nice. Let's get a nose. Yeah, so that just smells like a well-made English style porter. Yeah, really nice. There's definitely roasted malts. There's a nice little like chocolate kind of component, but more of like a bittering, like baker's kind of chocolate, like cocoa powder. Touch of coffee, more of the roasted malts coming to the forefront. Almost has like a toasty caramel type of thing going on too, like toasted bread, caramel, toffee. I would say this, it has complexity just to the malts, which is what you're kind of looking for in a beer like this, but it jumps from chocolate to toffee to caramel to the roasted malts. It's really nice. Slight earthiness in there, probably from the hops. Imagine they're using some kind of English hops in here. Yeah, it just smells like a really easygoing English style porter. So let's get into it. Cheers, everybody, and thanks again, Dan. Yeah, I mean, that's what this beer is in a nutshell. Cool. Body on this one, 6%. Lower side of medium body. It's a touch thin, but it's 6%, so maybe not. I mean, it's like definitely lower side of medium body. Mouthfeel on this one, really nice carbonation to it. Pretty crisp. A nice smoothness to it, but more crisp and effervescent than anything else, which you kind of expect from the style. Flavors, roasted malts, toasted malts, more of a baker's cocoa kind of chocolate component to it. I hit you all up front. It has like a roasty, not like approaching char, but a nice roasted, like cocoa powder type of feel to the front of the palate. As it passes through, a little bit more of like a residual sweetness kind of kicks in. It has more of like a burnt sugar type of note to it, like the toffee and the caramel and whatnot. Mid palate's where that earthiness kind of sneaks in and it brings a bitterness to the table. Then it finishes with a slight residual sweetness, but it has a semi-dry, mild to moderate bitterness type of finish to it. So it's nicely well balanced. You get all the sweet malt component, pretty much first half of the palate, and second half of the palate is where the bittering aspect comes in and the dryness. So it balances out quite well in the back end. Very easy to drink, as you can see. I'm pounding this out. 6%. Yeah, it drinks like a 6% beer, which you kind of expect from it. It's a really well-made, nice English style porter. Nothing wrong with it. There's no off flavors here. It's just good. It's good beer. So I'm going to give Sam Patch Porter from Rohrbach a high 3.75 out of 5. I'm going to go 3.85 out of 5. I think it's pretty much deserves it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this one. Really easy to drink. And for one of Rohrbach's older recipes and them bringing it back, I'm sure it makes a lot of the folks who got into Rohrbach beer back when they opened years ago, probably got them pretty excited with this release if this is something they used to drink a lot of, because I could see this being a very sessionable dark beer. It's 6%. The flavors here aren't too bold or bombastic. They're not punching you in the face. They're not overwhelming your palate. You could drink 2, 3, 4 16-ounce cans of this, and I don't think you'd get sick of it. It wouldn't weigh down your palate. It wouldn't become too sweet or too bitter. I think it just has a nice harmony of flavors, and well made. Pretty damn good. So price and availability, Rohrbach gets distribution throughout the Western New York area. This beer showed up here in the Western New York area. Like I said, I saw it about a week after Dan sent it to me. Now, it could have been around here, much earlier, and it probably was, considering the Best Buy date is March 1st. This has probably been around for a month or two, but I didn't see it until Dan sent it my way, and I kind of was not looking for it specifically, but I was going up and down the aisles of local bottle shop, and I was like, oh, no, there it is. I saw the Rohrbach beers. I'm like, oh, we got it here too. Price point on this one, $8.99 4-pack. So you're talking less than $2.50 a can for this. Yeah, that for 16 ounces of a 6% beer that is this well made, I would say that's a great value. Sub 10%, or sub $10 for 4 of these 16-ounce cans. Yeah, that's a great value, I think, especially for something that goes down as easy as this one does. So once again, thanks to Dan for hooking me up with this one. It's fun to just review, just plain old styles. This is an English style porter. I don't do that a lot on my channel, and I know I'm usually drinking the fruited sours and the barrel-aged beers and the adjunct stouts and the hazies and the whole nine. So getting a beer like this, it's cool that someone sent it to me. I review it, and I'm enjoying this one to the tune of 3.85 out of 5. So if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review. Once again, thanks to Dan for hooking me up with this one. Till the next one. Cheers.